when you look down the list of the things, probably stopped a depression. Gave the country health care, which so many presidents have tried to do. Got out of Iraq, killed bin Laden, killed Gaddafi, Wall Street reform, the DREAM Act, repeal Don't Ask, Don't Tell, saved the automobile industry, 2 women on the Supreme Court. We can have stem cell research again, equal pay for women, stop torture, student loans. I mean, Clinton talked about this thing where I'd never even heard about this shit that Clinton was talking about, like student loans. He redid the whole thing where it's only pegged to your salary now. The guy, Obama never mentioned this.
I mean, Obama was a great communicator.
Not.
He campaigned in poetry.
Apparently not.
Then he came in and he went inside. A president needs an inside and an outside game. He needed to be able to tell people what was happening, but he also needed people. The people power he had mobilized in his campaign as wind at his back to also spread the news. But picking up on what David said, one thing over these last 30 years, it's not just wage stagnation, it's not just workers losing power, but it's also inside Washington, the forces of money, the lobbying, diluted and gutted and neutered so many of the programs Obama tried to put through. They're there, but they're not at the scale they need to be for the problems we face. And the last thing is jobs. Joblessness is the greatest threat this country faces, not debt and deficits in the short term.
And that actually can't be solved in quarterly reports or monthly.
No,
that is profound, and it comes down to, look, it took us a profound change in the way we viewed capital and labor to create an engine, which was the consumer class. We took a laboring class, and made them into the greatest consumer class the world has ever seen. And we did that to create this incredible economic engine that drove the 20th century. For the last 30, 40 years, I would date it to the PATCO strike in '80. We've been taking apart collective bargaining and organized labor. We've been dismantling that part of the engine. Now, I don't think labor should win every fight, and I don't think capital should win every fight. It was in the tension between the two that you actually created this.
You know what?
And it's disappeared.
Labor Day was Monday. Let me tell you what Eric Cantor, the Republican leader, said. He said, today, this is Labor Day. He said, today we celebrate those who have taken a risk, worked hard, built a business, and earned their own success. The opposite of Labor Day. Even on Labor Day, as a strategist, what do you think of this when a guy on your side doesn't get it that he says, fuck the worker on their day? Well, this is about the people who are hiring them.
It's been 30 years. I think you know, a lot of Republicans have forgotten that Ronald Reagan, for example, was endorsed by the Teamsters. You know, Ronald Reagan appealed to labor. You know, Republicans should be in the business of appealing to the middle class. Should be in the business of appealing to labor. And you know, I agree. You know, there are definitely, you know, with public sector labor unions, you're going to have to make some concessions. There's going to have to be some agreements made. There's going to have to be some rebalancing on that stuff. But Republicans shouldn't be attacking labor. Republicans should be reaching out to labor.
And I heard